Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Fantasy Fullback Dive, brought to you by the good people at the Roto Street Journal, paving your way to fantasy glory, acting as your lead blocker on the way to fantasy excellence, making all your football-related fantasies come true. I'm your host, Nat the Truth Jones. I was out week one. I'm back strong week two. Sorry to miss the opening week. My kid had an open house, but I'm thrilled to be back for this one. Second pretty good Thursday night football game in a row. And, of course, I'm joined, as always, by the Wolf of Roto Street himself. Wolf, how's it been going? How are your fantasy teams doing? And, are you pumped for this game? This is a game that would have been a real stinker a couple years ago.
Oh, I can't wait for this game. Yeah. And we'll dive right into the game preview. Other than the fact that you prioritize your children over fantasy. I mean, what's up with that?
Just this once.
Fireable offense. But no, I have actually parent-teacher night next week, so I'll probably be off the air, unfortunately, next week. But, hey, this game's going to be a banger. Washington on the road at Green Bay, looking like juggernauts. Green Bay, I mean, it's a question of, how bad were the Lions? Are they actually crumbling without their coaches? Is Green Bay that good? Is Goff just that bad on the road? I can't wait to see what the Lions – that's one of the biggest storylines if we're talking about must-watch stories this week. What do the Lions do this week? Because I cannot wait to see if they are just that bad, because I have Jahmyr Gibbs, so I kind of need to know if they're that bad. Or if that was just they're on the road, they're facing a Green Bay juggernaut. We'll find out. And I think tonight's going to tell us a lot about Green Bay, too. How good are they really? I think we'll start to get some answers to that question, because I'm taking Washington with the points on the road. I really love Jayden Daniels. I think he's a baller. I think he's going to walk right into Green Bay, into Lambeau, and he's going to take this one tonight. I'd even take the money line plus 150, but certainly if you're going to give me those 3 points, I'm taking Washington. I do think it shoots out. I think we get a phenomenal battle. So Washington, and if Washington's going to win, it does mean the points are probably going over. There's no way they win a game and then it's like a slow battle. That's not Washington's game. So I think it's going to be a track meet. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think Washington pulls out the win, but I'll certainly take the 3 points as well. I'm going the Commanders and Jayden Daniels. Who are you taking in this one?
I'm taking Green Bay in the under.
Wow.
Actually.
Okay, so, I mean, and that's right. If you're going to take – I think that's how it goes. If Green Bay wins, you probably get the under. And if Washington wins, you're probably taking the over. So let's hear your take, though.
I mean, my take is going to be way less nuanced than yours. Mine is that I just saw the Packers play the Lions, who, I mean, we thought were just an absolute offensive juggernaut, and made them look absolutely pathetic. That was with Micah Parsons playing 20 snaps or something like that. I mean, right. You might have heard this guy's pretty good.
He ain't bad.
No, he ain't bad. And I mean, so to me, their defense, they're at home. I mean, to me, I'm taking so we got to see Washington beat up on the Giants. Well, nobody thought the Giants were going to be good. Washington did what they needed to do. Green Bay, I mean, going into that Lions game, I might have picked the Lions to win that thing. That's how highly I thought of the Lions. Green Bay completely dominated them, and it was on the defensive side of the ball mostly. In a vacuum, I like the Lions' offense better than Washington's. We'll see. I still need to watch. I'm still in a little bit more of you still got to prove it to me with Washington type thing. And this is a big step up in class from the Giants. So I'm going to say Green Bay's defense is going to carry the day. I think they're going to win. It's not like I'd be shocked if I was wrong, but that's where I'm coming from.
I think it's all fair, and your assessment's very. I do a confidence league where you have to pick who wins and then what your confidence level is out of 16. Yeah. And I had Commanders. My cousin and me, we run this together, and he said you got to take the Packers tonight. I won't keep doing this with you if you don't. He is fully convinced, and he has the same read as you. The defense, that they're the real deal. That they really did stuff the Lions. I think my take's the opposite. That the Lions might be crumbling, and that the Packers are getting blown up a little bit here because of that. Now, I could be wrong, right. And if the Packers come out and they wipe the floor with Washington, what a great measuring stick for both.
I can't wait. You might be right. You might be right that the Lions are just, man, I hope you're wrong. I thought you'd have been so proud of me. I went out in my auction league and I got Jahmyr Gibbs. And I was
you both did that.
And I was the Wolf's going to be I was just this is just pure sex here. And the Wolf is going to absolutely love this. And we're going to be talking about this all year, and it's just going to be printing my own fantasy points and eggplant emojis all over the place. And then I watched it last week, and I was just
all
right.
Yeah.
And so
I told you Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 catches and Imagine if I told you Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 catches in week 1, and you'd be like, I just made the smartest investment of my life blowing all my auction budget on for 30 yards. It was like I think it was the lowest in NFL history anybody who's ever had 10 catches has ever hit for a yardage total. I don't know what was going on there.
I'm so glad to be part of that particular rung of NFL history.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, exactly. The right side of history right there. Meanwhile, Derrick Henry comes on at night and just runs for like 202.
And I mean, I was like, he was on my to get list. I was like, Derrick Henry, I'm going to go. And he went for a ton. And I was just like, I really wanted this guy. I told you when we were doing our preseason stuff that, if you told me Derrick Henry, remember I believe you bumped him up a tier after talking to me. I convinced you.
You did, yeah, over Brian Thomas. Yeah.
And here he is.
Here he is.
I didn't go ahead and get him, and I was just like, Jahmyr Gibbs is so sexy. I'm going to get this guy. I got him. I got him and Malik Neighbors. And
sex. It'll come together, Truth. Don't you worry. It was week
one. Wouldn't you have this if I told you that before the year? You would have just been like, oh my gosh, that's so great.
I would have needed to take a quick break and gone upstairs and found some lotion. I mean, come on. that would have been phenomenal. And I still feel pretty good about it. Don't you worry. But this isn't about our teams, folks. This is about your team. And we, of course, are going to be the mailbag starting to fill up. We already had about 20 or so questions. Get them on in. 440 of you here. We love to see it. As always, we do preview the game like we just did. I'm going to toss a quick TD parlay with some odds. And in that TD parlay, I think you'll get a few answers as to the question of the title of the show here. Should you start Bill Croskey-Merritt? Do you start Zach Ertz? And do you start Jayden Reed? So I just want to dive into a little bit of that real quick. But my answer to that is I think all three of them score touchdowns, and I love their touchdown odds here. Reed plus 225, JCM, Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt, Bill plus 235, and then you got Zach Ertz at plus 260. I love all three of those. You add in Terry McLaurin for plus 185. $10 can win you $1,600 tonight, folks. So that's what I'll be doing. I had a few 4 TDs in a row. I got like 2 or 3 out of the legs. I've gotten one of those before where you make quick $800. It's beautiful. Those are my 4 scores of the night. But just to talk about real quick, Bill Croskey-Merritt's probably the buzziest. That's a question I've been getting on Twitter. I'm plus 3 ECR in my rankings, but it is tricky because 23 of 70 snaps, just 36% of the snaps, 33% rather. Only 7 of 37 routes, just 19%. And then you're talking about 1 of 29 targets, 3% target share, and then 10 of 28 carries, 36% carry share. So really did not top out on any of those metrics there. The 3-way split between him, Eckler, Jeremy McNichols. I'm not sure if Chris Rodriguez is even going to be active tonight or not, but that would just be another mouth to complicate it. So that does make Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt risky. Yet when you just look at him eyeball test-wise, there's explosiveness that no other back in this backfield has. He had a 40-plus yard run this week. Brian Robinson didn't have a single one of those his entire career. And they all talked about they want to prioritize big plays. We know that he was a perfect fit for that inside zone scheme. So I think, yes, last week, if we went on just last week's usage, he's probably not a good bet tonight. You probably don't want to play him. I think he showed enough that we're getting towards a 50% snap share tonight. We're getting towards a 50% rush share at minimum, if not the majority of the carries. And I'm in. I'm playing Bill Croskey-Merritt over a lot of people tonight. Of course, Let me know. It really comes down to what is your sit start. But I'm ready to fire this guy up. I think it's like Bucky Irving last year, where he's going to be about a 50% player, but he's just going to be so efficient on all of his touches. And by the end of the season, he really takes over and nobody's asking questions about him. You're just locking him in. Am I crazy, Truth? What do you think?
No, you're not crazy. And I mean, the Bucky Irving comp is actually a good one. I mean, you know more than I do, but going in, I thought it was kind of similar where it's just, I remember, I don't remember if it was Duck or MOH, but before the season last year, just talking about how Bucky Irving was clearly better than Rachaad White. And you know, even though he wasn't getting, and the first time I saw him play, I was just like, yeah, you're totally right. You can see it regardless of the scheme or anything. I can just see with my eyes that this guy's better. And I get the same kind of vibe from Bill. So you know, obviously you'd like it if he was out on the field more, but I think he's going to be a really productive guy. And I agree with you. Halfway through the season, I think it's probably just going to be his job.
Absolutely, yeah. 1082 and a touchdown over the weekend. Not bad. Eckler did lead the way, and honestly, Eckler's not even like the worst start in the world.
Well,
this is a tough Green Bay defense, though. And that was against the Giants, too. So I should preface, this is a much tougher matchup. If JCM can do it, it would be much more impressive tonight against the Packers. That is also the risk that if the Packers do get up early, maybe we don't see JCM at all, because then it's Eckler, the passing down guy, McNichols more of a pass protector as well. So if game flow does not work out for them, he is a big risk. So I'm not saying like you have to start Bill Croskey-Merritt, but let me know who your other options are, because there is I have him right around running back 26, 27, again, plus 3 to 4 ECR. There's definitely worlds where I could start him in my flex or my running back situation. In terms of Zach Ertz, I have him at tight end 8 this week, and I think you'd have to have a very good option to be benching Zach Ertz. Played most of the snaps, almost all the routes. Didn't have a huge yardage total, 26, but did catch that touchdown. Ultimately logged 5 targets. I just love Zach Ertz. He's so safe and steady. We talked about him on the Sleeper Show a bunch, that it's not sexy, but he just continues to get it done, and that's exactly what we saw yet again. So I have only 7 tight ends above Zach Ertz. I think he's going to be in lineups today if you have him. It is a tough comparison. Like, okay, do I do the boring Zach Ertz, or do I do like Harold Fannin, this exciting rookie that just led the Browns in targets, led the Browns in receptions? I would probably lean Ertz, because I just like Jayden Daniels, and I do think they're going to need to throw tonight. I just expect the points to really be coming in a lot tonight. So I do like Ertz a lot. I'm playing him. I'm playing Bill. And then it comes down to Jayden Reed, who scored that touchdown this last weekend. And it was an ugly rotation, as it always is for the Packers. I'm looking at his snap share right now for Jayden Reed. 12 of the 23 routes, so about a 50% route share, but only 18 of the 48 snaps. But again, that's a game flow thing. They got up early, and then they just bled the clock and ran the rock. He still led the way with 5 targets. I mean, that's a pretty insane targets per route run, a big metric that a lot of people love. He was nearly 50% targets per route run. I know that doesn't automatically translate, but what I did see was a healthy Jayden Reed. I know the big concern of the Jones fracture, the foot, is this guy going to be good to go? He looked good to go. He looked fully off the injury report right now. And again, led the way with right around a 20% target share there on that first week. And they just didn't need to throw because the Lions laid a complete egg. I don't think we're getting a complete egg out of the Commanders. I think they're going to need to throw more often, and we're going to get more out of Jayden Reed. So I know that's kind of a boring answer. I play all 3 of these guys. I think Bill Croskey-Merritt's the one I feel the shakiest about, though. But, of course, they're in the title because I want to know who you guys are comparing them to. So fill up the mailbag, let it go. The only other thing we will cover right now is just some quick hit news. There's about like 10 stories that we're just going to rip through really fast. Did I send them to you, Truth? You have them?
You sent them to me, and I'm going to hit the top. And we have at the very top of our news for Sunday to track. I mean, we've got a Mac Jones sighting, Wolf.
Sketch.
We got a Mac Jones sighting, and he's going to start week 2 against the Saints. Brock Purdy's not going to play in week 2, and I've heard he might be out for a few weeks. Thoughts?
Yeah, 2 to 5 weeks from Ian Rapsheet was the tweet I saw today. And so Mac Jones, I think he can do worse as a backup quarterback, certainly fantasy-wise. I mean, Brian Thomas owners are clamoring right now for him to come back at this point, because that's when he really erupted, was Mac Jones as his quarterback. I figured, okay, if you can erupt with Mac Jones, you can erupt with anybody at quarterback, but maybe not. And there are some rumblings that this was the guy when Kyle Shanahan made that Godfather offer and traded up to 3, and they ended up settling on Trey Lance. There were rumblings that he actually wanted Mac Jones, and the team kind of shot it down and said, nope, we want the higher upside play. So I'm intrigued to see what Mac Jones does. I mean, Garoppolo was a Super Bowl-bound quarterback in this system. Purdy, I do like. I'm not one of those guys that's like, okay, Purdy's just a system guy. You can plug anyone in. But I do think you can plug Mac Jones in, and he'll be just okay here and be just fine. If you have Ricky Pearsall, I'm not downgrading him at all. If you have Juwan Jennings is a little banged up, but I think Christian McCaffrey is right there. You're ready to go. Sucks about George Kittle. I have him on all my teams. Brutal break. Do you have George Kittle as well?
No, I don't. But I like the guy, and I'm sad to see him go down.
Yeah. Would I start Mac Jones this week? No. If I'm in a deep 2 QB league, maybe. You can consider him. I have him about quarterback 25. No, that's a little too high. 27 is where he lands in my rankings. So plus 5 ECR right now. He's kind of right at the bottom of the barrel. But it's just a bet on the offense, a bet on the weapons. I'm not downgrading any of my 49ers guys because of it.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Garoppolo, who is like, you'd have to just say like a serviceable NFL quarterback. I mean, he took this team, or at least a team that had a lot of these components, to the Super Bowl. You could do a lot worse than Mac Jones. Is Purdy just a system guy? Not necessarily. I'm not sure he's worth $53 million a year. At the same time, like he's a decent quarterback, and I think he's a step above Mac Jones, but maybe not that big of a step. I don't know.
Maybe not. We'll find out. I'm very intrigued, honestly, to see what he does. And for his career, too, this is your tryout. If you cannot do it here with the 49ers, you can't really do it.
It's not just you can't do it here against the 49ers. You're playing the Saints, which everybody thinks is the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, layup there, too. Exactly.
Right.
In terms of running back news, we'll kick off with another 49er, Christian McCaffrey. He did practice on Thursday. There was a little bit of panic. I mean, what a roller coaster last week. Like Saturday,
no kidding.
Pops up. And it's like, okay, calf injury, the exact thing that caused him to miss the first 6 games of last year and really the whole season. And then everybody starts panicking. And what happens as a result? 32 touches, 9 targets. I mean, just an insane workload. Most expected fantasy points by a mile. Doesn't score, but still puts up over 20 fantasy points in full PPR. There's a massive spider over. That's disgusting. He doesn't like the show right now, but he's eating a fly, so I'll take it. If he comes at me, I'm smoking this thing.
All this Grotto Street Journal money coming in, you would think that like we could hire a decent exterminator.
Yeah, I'm at the outdoor bar, and this thing's juicy. Ugh.
Jesus, outdoor bar. God, man, you're doing it right up there.
Yeah, that's where the Road money went.
We were probably, well, let's go. That's a decent spot for it to go. You and me were probably, I'm assuming we're off this roller coaster for McCaffrey because you convinced me, and I agreed completely. I'm not taking this ride again. So,
exactly.
Right. I'm not doing it.
And the weekend encapsulated it all. Like, as soon as the news broke, it's like, this is exactly why I didn't sign up. And I saw him play on Sunday. I was like, damn, I kind of wish I was on the ride. But it just feels like it's destined to crash. It's just a matter of how early does it crash.
I agree.
Because until he does, he's going to be a top 3 running back. There's literally no doubt about that. So, yeah, you're playing him. There's no real issue there. But there was a little – he didn't practice yesterday, so I wanted to make sure people saw he was active again. And the only other running back note I have before you take receivers, Truth, is Quinshon Judkins practice in full. I don't know that you can trust this guy if he even is in your lineup, but it does make it so, Dylan Sampson, who had 9 targets, 8 catches, a really nice day as a receiver, makes him a bit riskier should Quinshon Judkins play. If he's out, I do think Sampson's a very viable streamer, but if Judkins is in, I think this is a backfield you can't start, but I am very intrigued to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and of course, I stepped in this huge pile of dog shit. I got Jerome Ford for $1 in my auction, and I was like, "Ooh, he's going to be a workhorse in week 1. I'm going to start him." And boy, that was a mistake.
Yeah, 1 point.
Yeah, 1.0. Yeah,
juicy.
So anyway.
Mark Andrews got me the same thing. So
yeah, I convinced myself. I'm already just furious at myself, and we've been going for 1 week in fantasy. Let's talk about wide receivers. Falcons wide receiver Drake London was due to his shoulder. He was limited on Thursday. Supposedly he is on track to play, but maybe not at 100%. What do you think?
I mean, 15 targets in week 1. He's in my lineup as long as he's in. Vikings did give up the most points to wide receivers last year. Adunze had a nice touchdown this week. I'm playing London, assuming he's in, and it seems like he will be. The bigger question is Chiefs receiver Xavier Worthy. He practiced in some capacity on Thursday. I imagine he's going to be out. He's a smaller guy. I mean, he takes one big hit and the guy could crumble yet again. That's what happened on this first game. So even if he's in, I have a hard time trusting him. If he's out, it does make Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, a lot more attractive. 16 targets for Marquise Brown last week. Crazy. I bid $25 to get him this week. I'm throwing him in the lineup. I need to send a message. I'm benching him actually for tonight. Matthew Golden, the Golden Urine Boy, pissed his pants and just delivered
golden
2 points last week. Of course, I'm benching him, and he's going to maybe he's going to golden shower me as a result and just put up 40 points on my bench tonight. Very intrigued by the kid, too, right now. He should have probably been, can you start him? And my answer on him would be no. I don't want to trust him until I see it, and I haven't seen it yet. But I do want to see a game where they actually have to throw and keep pace with the team before I write him off. But he's on the bench tonight for Hollywood Brown, ideally, this weekend. Had to go out and get him. I got him and Quentin Johnson. Who would you play between those two?
We got to talk about. I'm sorry. Say that again. I just talked over you. What was that question?
It's Hollywood Brown, Quentin Johnston, and Matthew Golden.
So you went out and spent $25 on Hollywood.
I think it was 21, but yes.
Okay, so I went out and spent 25 on Quentin Johnson.
There you go.
Yeah, I love the pickup. I really do.
I spent 20 on him. I spent all my money already, and it wasn't even that compelling of a week. But when the locker room just needs that shakeup, like you guys did not perform. I lost. I know you were bitching and moaning about your team. It's one of those things too. Truth, I meant to say, like I'm in 9 leagues. I won 7 of 9, and it still felt like a loss of a week,
right?
Because I did not win my most important league. You know what I mean?
Right. It ate at you, I'm sure. And yeah, so
the whole time.
I like Quentin Johnson out of those 3. Some bias because I picked him up. I like Hollywood. I see why the attraction to Hollywood. I feel like he might be more short term. I feel like Quentin might be a little more here to stay. I do want to have a talk with you at some point about what we think about Mahomes and the Chiefs. We don't need to do that right now, but I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm dying to pick your brain about that.
Yeah.
After that game in Brazil,
I can't wait to hear him. Yeah.
But
speaking of the Chiefs,
talk more. Yeah,
we got another note right here.
Yeah. So let's talk. This is an interesting one. So Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio said the Chiefs and the Steelers' interest in trading for Tyreek Hill is quote unquote complicated by Hill's most recent domestic violence allegations. And I just want to be clear. This is in relation to his most recent domestic violence allegations, because there have been many. But the most recent ones are complicating things. We hear, the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill. I mean, we've seen how that works out. That's pretty freaking awesome. Newly revamped Steelers. I mean, I don't know how much you're buying into the new Aaron Rodgers. Any team with a halfway decent quarterback would be pretty thrilled to get Tyreek Hill, but things are complicated because he just keeps doing bad shit. So what do you think about
What
this?
an awful human, right?
Yeah, we've been saying that for years.
Chiefs,
we've been saying it for years.
Yeah, if he goes to the Chiefs, I mean, it's wheels up, it's rocket ship. I don't love him with the Steelers by any means. It was funny how, like, if I could have given you the whole list of Week 1 games, I think the last pick of mine to shoot out would have been Jets versus Steelers.
Yeah,
that
Steelers.
game was
you thought
insane.
That was going to be
the best game of the week.
You thought that would be 9-6, right?
At best. Like the over-under, I think, was under 40. It might have been 40 and a half at best.
They each scored over 40.
Yes, that game was crazy. I mean, obviously, I shouldn't say the best game of the week. We had that Bills and Ravens masterpiece, which was just one of the best games I've ever seen. It was so much fun for that one. But that's Steelers and Jets one, dueling quarterbacks facing their old teams, was awesome. So much fun. And I mean, Rodgers, we love to hate him. We're not a Rodgers show by any means.
No, we're not.
Good. I mean, his arm was live. Arthur Smith was letting him sling it. Justin Fields looked even better, though, like, mobile in the pocket, running all over the place. Garrett Wilson was a target. Like, I know this isn't a recap show. I'm sorry. We're getting a little off track here, but what a game that was. And very intriguing fantasy nuggets throughout it.
It's not a recap show, but we also haven't talked in a little while, and we're going to.
I know we used to do a recap show, but sadly, that interferes with bedtime these days.
Well, now we both have. We both have
bar also.
We both.
Yes, exactly.
All right, let's
Chris
do the
Godwin
last one,
expected. Yeah, Godwin's practicing in limited capacity. I don't expect him to play this week. I wouldn't play him if he did. He'll probably be back in that 4-week timeline, but it's good to see him on the field at least this early. Igbuka, though, what an absolute stud. He is humongous Week 1 debut, 2 touchdowns for the kid. I'm facing him this week. I'm terrified. I have Mike Evans. I'm terrified that Igbuka is truly the best guy. And there's a clip going around where Mike Evans is talking about how Igbuka, that game-winning touchdown catch, he told the coach, call this play. I'll destroy my man, and we'll win this game. And he goes out there and does it. As a rookie, what kind of balls do you have? I just love it. That's all the talk. This guy is not a rookie, that he is just so professional, so stone cold, and we saw all of that. So love Big Buka. I worry a bit about what happens to him once Godwin's back, but man, let's enjoy this ride for as long as we can, for sure.
So I also have Evans and am freaking out a little bit about that. I thought he was pretty much as sure a thing as you could get, but this guy does look like the real deal. My feed
Evans will rebound.
Yeah, I hope so. My feed is lagging. I'm going to cut out and then I'm going to rejoin. So hopefully our feeds will be more connected. I'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll go ahead with the tight ends.
I'll finish the tight ends and then we'll hit the mailbag. Let's do it. That's perfect. Brock Bowers, he did not practice on Thursday. It's tricky because they play on Monday night and it's the second Monday night game, the 10 o'clock game. I think your main option there is, if you have the roster space, and you kind of have to have the roster space to pull this off, is to roster Michael Mayer. It's kind of like a tight end handcuff situation. Should Bowers be out, I would treat Michael Mayer as like a low-end tight end one in that situation. So if you want to play it out there to hit Brock Bowers, I think Michael Mayer is your path to at least wait. But Monday Night Football makes that a bit trickier. You'd love to see him practice on Friday for Brock Bowers and feel better about it, because already 5 catches, 100 yards right off the jump, looking unstoppable against my Patriots. You know what you're getting. And the only other tight end note is Likely is not practicing. I would like to say that that's a boost for Mark Andrews, but it wasn't last week. 1 point for the guy. No boost in routes, no boost in snaps. Still a part-time guy, as if Likely was playing. And so Mark Andrews is my backup plan to George Kittle. I thought I was savvy, and I got him for $2. I'm like, oh, yay, Mark Andrews. Oh, why does he do this? Why is he so fat and useless?
Good question. Good question. Why is he so fat and useless? I don't know, but he is. He is.
The questions of the universe. All righty, Truthful. What do you say we fire up this mailbag? We got 1,000 people already here with us, 30 minutes in. Things you'd love to see. We talked about it like 2,600, I want to say, on the Sunday show, Truth. It was an unbelievable way to kick off the season. But thank you guys all so much for being here. My rankings are live and updated at rotostreetjournal.com. But of course, we like to do this show because it helps me test my rankings. I don't really use them when doing this show. It makes me forced to kind of think into my gut and how I truly feel, and I adjust my rankings based on this process. So thank you all so much for being here. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, with over 1,000 of you here, that heart button on Twitter, the thumbs up on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're at, helps us keep growing, but almost at 1,100 with only 30 minutes into the show. You love to see these things, and we are here with some original Wolfpack members like Bulldog. Let's go.
All right, Mackenzie says, got tight end problems after the Kittle hitting the IR. Ertz, Johnson, or Fannin this week?
I mean, so you got problems, no doubt, because none of those guys are Kittle. And I've already gotten this from a lot. One of the first tweets I put out after Kittle went down was, here's your Kittle's replacement plan. Number 1, Harold Fannin. Number 2, Juwan Johnson. Number 3, alcohol and tears. And I'm certainly on the number 3 train quite a lot. It's a brutal loss. And the worst part of it is, like, that first quarter, he had 10 points. You're like, this is the exact thing. This is the bet I made. He had 4 targets, 3 catches, a touchdown. You're just like, Kittle's the engine of this offense. Him and CMC, they're going to just feast this year. And my bet was so good. And then, of course, the risk with Kittle was always injuries. It just happened to happen. It had to happen so early. Granted, though, the good news is it's only 3 to 5 weeks. I think it must be at least 4 at this point because he's on the IR. It is scary because it's a hamstring. It could linger. Yeah. I'm worried about it. Trust me, I am panicking. But I would much rather it happen now and get it out of the way, assuming he does come back, because you need him during those bye week crunches. You need him certainly during your playoff stretch. That'd be the worst case scenario, is if that happened. It hurts. It sucks. And trust me, I called him one of the best, if not the best pick of fantasy. So I've had a lot of people coming at me. But what can you do? It's an injury.
Come on. Who's coming at you for that? Like, the guy was great and then he got hurt. Like, he's going to come at you and be like, okay, well, that's ridiculous.
I think that I'm happy he did get me those 10 points. Don't get me wrong. But I think that was like kind of the worst part of it, is like to see him look like the exact league winner I was betting on. And then to have him just ripped away. Like, nope, you're not getting that all year. Just like, like what a tease.
That makes it worse as an owner. But as a guy who's like, who's picking guys and who's like a fantasy so-called expert, I think that, it validates you to some degree.
A little take validation.
Yeah,
sure. But Mackenzie, we're back to your question. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. A lot of Kittle stuff is coming in this week, and I understand why. I hyped him up. He got hurt. That was the risk. We all knew the bet we were making. It sucks to have it just slap you right in the face. But you know what, Mackenzie? You're dealing with this pretty well, because if you have Ertz, Johnson, or Fannin, those are 3 of the best options. Ertz is the floor play. I might have to adjust my rankings, though, because like the more I read, the more I learn. And I wrote about Harold Fannin in the guide. And just to see him come out the way he did, like, that's one of those truly potential special players. I am under the camp, though, like, I don't think you get this from a lot of people. I think most people will say Fannin, and very well could be. He is the ceiling play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, he is the ceiling play. But I do want to see him like come out and do it again in a way, because you still have Njoku there. And I mean, there was a long track record. Njoku was the number 1 tight end with Joe Flacco just 2 years ago. And I love if he comes out there, Fannin, and leads the Browns in targets again and is just another beast. He was a beast at Bowling Green. I mean, he led the NCAA last year in receiving yardage. Like the guy as a tight end, he was second in yak among everybody. He is a talent. I am fully all in. I wrote about the guy this summer. I am fully all in on Harold Fannin as a player. I still kind of need to see it one more time if I have Ertz. So I'm going Ertz. I mean, Juwan Johnson also had 11 targets, and he's playing that kind of Jake Ferguson for Kellen Moore when like Jake Ferguson was the top 5 tight end. Like that's exactly what it looked like. So I like all 3 of your replacement plans here, Mackenzie. I lean Ertz. He's the least exciting of the 3, but I think you're pairing up with Jayden Daniels. You're still getting Terry McLaurin kind of in his groove. I'm going with Ertz. What do you think, Truth? It's a really tough one.
I'm also going with Ertz, and I realized as I was thinking it and saying I didn't think you were going to go Ertz because you're such a ceiling guy, and I was like, I'm going to really bore everybody and go Ertz here. He just seems like the safest play right now. I feel like he's the least likely that's just going to lay an egg, and so I would probably go Ertz at least this week. Obviously, like you said, if Fannin blows up again, then I'd say it's in the books and he's my guy moving forward. But I think I'm probably going Ertz this week.
And I think the one other thing too, I'll say, Mackenzie, is like, ideally you can roster 2 of these guys because they're both good replacement plans. But if you can't, like if I can only pick one of them, then I think I would go Fannin just for the sake of like, if somebody ends up blowing up, like you know what you're going to get in Ertz. It's a nice high floor, solid bet. But if I can only have one of these guys on my roster, including this week, then it would be Fannin. Like he's the one that could actually like be not Kittle, but like close to Kittle and really carry you. So, and I am a ceiling chaser. So for a 1 week, if it's just like I'm picking this week, it's Ertz, sure. But if it is like I can only pick one of these guys, I don't have them both on my roster, and this is the guy that needs to get me to when Kittle gets back, I'd probably go with Fannin and go for the upside. I did pick up Juwan Johnson myself. Fannin was already rostered in my league because of the people know who I loved. They already scooped him in my auction, unfortunately, right in my nose. But I did pick up Johnson to kind of push Mark Andrews. If Mark Andrews sucks again this week, I'm hate cutting him. Like this is it. This is his last week to prove he belongs on my roster. I don't think he needs any more motivation than that to be on the Wolves roster. But yes, Mark Andrews has his message sent. He's going to start for me this week, and if he sucks again, he's going to the wire. And I'll be starting Juwan Johnson till Kittle's back. So we shall see. But yeah, again, Mackenzie, if you can only pick one of these guys to like get you to Kittle, it is Fannin. If you have them both on your roster and it's like, who would I play this week? It's Ertz for me.
Justified cut if you decide to cut Andrews, by the way.
All right. I hate that guy.
No, I hear you. He's so fat and lazy.
Fat and useless. Not a good combo for your fantasy tight end.
No, you need your tight ends to be better than that.
Like Zach Ertz is fat, but he's at least good and useful.
Right. He's not
fat
useless.
And useful is fine. That's useless, fine. No thanks.
Right. Agree.
Useless is the issue here.
All right. Let's go right there. Useless. Right. Useless is the real crux of the things. Let's go, Bill. Congrats to JD5 Rookie of the Week award today. All right. Let's go, Bill.
Bold predictions from Dom J. But again, I love Bill. A risky play today, especially if the game flow does not favor him, but just so explosive. I want him in my line. The vibes are too good on Bill.
They are. I like Bill's vibes too. I agree. Jonnu or Pitts, Lawrence or Caleb?
I'm going to go Pitts, and I'm going to go Caleb here. Caleb, I love the rushing I saw, 6 carries, over 50 yards. Lawrence looked pathetic. I mean, he's like the only guy that can't get the ball to Brian Thomas, that can't get the ball to Travis Hunter. A good thing that Diami Brown had like 7 targets. Like, what is going on there? Trevor Lawrence is awful. I think he's one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know who their backup is. I think it's Nick Mullins, actually. Give me Nick Mullins all day. Like, please, for the love of God, get Nick Mullins in there. I don't like Trevor Lawrence at all. I don't love Caleb Williams, but I did like that he was rushing a bit. I like that game to potentially shoot out. You know, Ben Johnson's going to want to stick it. I mean, he has no bad blood for the Lions, but like it's like, you know, there's a little extra motivation there where you're facing your former team. So I like Caleb. And then, I mean, I hate to say it, truth, because we're not a Kyle Pitts show at all. He was really good in week 1. Michael Penix really looked good. And then you got that dome game against the Vikings. I like that game to potentially shoot out. John, who saved his day with a touchdown, but other than that, he was pretty useless on a day that Aaron Rodgers went crazy. So I like Pitts. I like Caleb. Are you going to be able to say Kyle Pitts, or are you just so anti-Pitts you can't even say him here?
I think I'm grudgingly going to say the same two guys that you said. I mean, the Caleb Lawrence one is fairly easy for me, although, like you said, Caleb wasn't incredible. But he did score, I want to say, 25 fantasy points, something like that.
It's the rushing upside. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I see the potential with Jonnu, maybe. But right now, I'd have to go with Pitts, even though I hate it.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. Droid 209, start 2. Javonte Williams, McMillan, Diggs, or Hollywood. Start 1, Mark Andrews, fat and useless, or Colston. Thank you, Wolfpack.
I love how like Sleeper you can change the nicknames too. I might have to like anywhere I have Mark Andrews, just change it to fat and useless. You're facing fat and useless this week.
Go good. I like that.
I still got to go fat and useless over Loveland though, because he's fat and useless, but hopefully he'll be used. Loveland was in a rotation. Cole Kmet played more snaps than him. I do think by the end of the year it's going to be a no-brainer, and like Loveland will be your every down tight end. But right now, it seems like they're still easing him in. So I'm going to go Andrews one last time. He has a history of destroying the Browns too. So with me, Droid, and you, let's give him one last chance to prove he's not just fat and useless, that he's only fat, but he can actually be useful.
Right.
And should he prove that to us, great. We can use him. Because no Isaiah likely too. Like this is your chance. And if you don't do it now, you're doing it never. We're going to hate cut them together, Droid. We'll hate cut them together. I really hope we're not doing that because I need the win bad this week. But I am going to go Andrews for one last chance against the Browns, who he normally destroys. Now, in terms of those wide receivers, I'm definitely going to go Tet McMillan. I know how bad Bryce Young looked, and still Tet McMillan produced. He got 9 targets, looked very solid. And begrudgingly, as a Jadon Blue stan here, I have to say Javonte Williams, 2 touchdowns, the clear lead back. Miles Sanders fumbled the game away. Jadon Blue's getting these reports that he's inconsistent in practice. And it seems like it's the Javonte Williams show until otherwise told. And I don't think he looked amazing, but he looked better than I expected. I'll give him that. And so I'm going to go with Javonte, and I'm going to go with Tet McMillan there. It's tricky. Diggs, though, Kayshon Boutte looked like the true number 1 for the Pats. He's the guy I really like there. And Hollywood Brown, 16 targets was amazing. So he's the one that's really tempting me. But I'm going to go with Javonte and McMillan. What you have any different opinion there?
Are people coming at you for your Jadon Blue love right now?
No, not quite. Yes, of course, yes. Well, how do you feel about Blue now? It was never a week 1 bet, folks. I am worried that he's inconsistent practice reports because we heard those lazy reports. And then, when Schottenheimer came out and said, like, oh, no, he's a true professional and he looks like a bigger Darren Sproles. And I started to get back in. I'm a little worried that if he's a healthy scratch again this week, I'll be worried. But I just also saw, like, I loved how the line looked. I liked how that whole team looked. I loved that ultimately what's his name? Miles Sanders, he has this, like, 50-yard run. Jadon Blue's scoring that. He got caught from behind. Like, you can't tell me that Jadon Blue does not score that touchdown. So I thought everything looked good from an environment perspective, other than the fact that he's a healthy scratch. Don't like that. So I can't have him keep being healthy scratches and stay all in for too much longer. But I do still believe that Jadon Blue can be a league winner this year. I have not given up complete faith yet.
All right, that's fair. And just to be
clear, we did have a super chat, and I feel bad that we did not get to the. Oh, it just came in right in a second. So never mind. Don't just happened. So, Mr. Sarasenko, good to see you, brother. Pitbull, what's up?
Also, just to be clear, just answering that question, I would go Javonte, and I want to say Diggs, but I'm going to go McMillan instead.
All right, fair enough.
All right, Trey Sarasenko, thanks for the super chat. Pick 2, full point PPR, Eckler, Sampson, Stevenson, Benson.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Not great, Mr. Trey Sarasenko. Full point PPR, I got to go with Eckler tonight. I know that's kind of what the question was. I was like, do you start Eckler tonight or not? So I go Eckler. I get him in there. He's the lead back. He has PPR upside. And certainly if they're chasing points, that's going to be the script for him. A couple dump offs here and there, and boom. You've hit 8, you've hit 10, you're good. And maybe he finds the end zone, and now you're feeling really good. So I like Eckler. I think he's the safest floor out of anyone here. I will say, if Judkins doesn't play, Sampson's a home run. We don't think twice about it. 8 catches last week. It was a clear engine behind Fannin. Like, it was him and Fannin, the 2 rookies doing good things with Joe Flacco. So I think it's definitely Eckler and Sampson. Now, if Judkins plays, I'm going to pivot and go to Stevenson. I do think the Pats rebound this week. I know it's in Miami where they don't historically play well, but that defense, I mean, if Daniel Jones Did you hear this stat, Truth, that this is the last time in the century that a quarterback making his first start for a team did not have a single punt and scored on every single possession of his it's crazy. He's the only in 100 years. Daniel Jones.
I didn't know that it was the first time. I did know that they never punted, and I was just like, God, that's crazy that Daniel Jones came in like
and
that.
other than not punt, because it wasn't like they just went for it and blew it. They scored on every single.
No, they scored.
Possession.
I think 7 times, right?
7 times, 7 drives, seven scores. Very, very impressive. But also, I think it's more so how bad the Dolphins are. I think I don't know if that tells us. That'll be another one to watch this weekend, right? In terms of Daniel Jones is facing the Broncos, so I don't know if we can put too much. Like if he sucks this weekend, I won't be like, oh, Daniel Jones is useless all of a sudden either. It's kind of polar opposites. So I think the Dolphins are that bad, and then we'll see how the Colts actually look because that was a very impressive performance. But I also think the Dolphins are just going to get curb stomped every time they're out there. And I hope that happens with my Patriots this weekend. That's why I don't mind Ramondre Stevenson of this list. But if Judkins is out, it's clearly Sampson and Eckler. If Judkins is in, I pivot to Stevenson. But yeah, I know I cut you off. You're making a point there. Sorry, Truth.
No, I don't remember what my point was, except that the Dolphins are terrible.
It's probably what it was, which is very fair. Thank you so much, Mr. Trace Sarasenko.
If I'm a Tyreek Hill owner, if I'm an Achane owner, I'm very nervous.
As you should be, for sure. And thank you so much. If anybody else wants to cut the line, that is the way to do it. Support your boys. So greatly appreciated. Free way to support us. 1,300 of you here. Please consider hitting that thumbs up button. We got Mr. Craig Sarno here. What's going on, Papa?
All right. He says, Sub Wolf, half point, half PPR, Hertz or Herbert, and Monty or Breece Hall. Thanks, bro.
I would say you have to go Breece Hall, no doubt about that, Papa.
Absolutely.
70% of the snaps, carries, all this talk of Braylon Allen, who had 6 carries, who had a touchdown that he vultured. Still, though, not nearly like the 50-50 split people were talking about. And Hall looked very good. This offense looked very good. He was one of the biggest risers on the rest of season rankings for me, was Breece Hall. Hertz or Herbert's a little trickier. I still have to go Hertz, though. He looked fast. Like, he looked nimble. Yeah. And as good as Herbert looked, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, running a lot more, the promise coming of, like, I'm going to try to do a little more what Josh Allen does. It looked like he's going to. So I really love Herbert, but I still got to go Jalen Hurts. Ran for 2 scores, looked really fast doing it. You got the Chiefs on the other side, Super Bowl rematch. You know he's going to want to go out and prove, like, yeah, we can curb stomp these guys again. I don't like keep saying curb stomp, but hey, that's the verb of the day is curb stomping. Apparently. And yeah, I'm gonna go Hertz and Breece Hall pretty easily for me. What about you?
Hertz and Breece Hall, and it is easy. And I say that being a huge Montgomery stan, but yeah, this is Hertz, this is Breece Hall, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be someone who was in on Breece Hall last year.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Wrong year. Every other year, Truth. So you'll go back in on him next year and he'll blow.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Wolf, would you drop Christian Kirk for Deontay Thornton or Tesla?
Isaac Tesla over there. I think if I had to pick one of these guys, I'd probably pick Tesla. I had that sick touchdown in week 1, like one of the only highlights for the Lions. Now he gets to play at home, the team that he grew up as a fan. The story of him seems like it's going to keep growing. I do like Thornton. He's another really intriguing pickup. But gun to my head, if I had to pick one the rest of the year right now, it would be Tesla. And yes, I would drop Kirk for him. Yes.
Bulldog wants to know, would you start Kraft over Juan Johnson, half PPR?
Yes. Yes, I would. I
would.
I'm up in fanning on my rankings right now over Andrews. I had to get a double take. I just don't know what to do with him and Njoku. Like, if I had Fannin right now, I'd play him. But yes, I do. Tucker Kraft's my tight end 5 this week. I'm very in on Tucker Kraft. Caught a touchdown this last week. They didn't even have to throw, but the guy still showed you, like, yeah, we have to throw. I'm going to score some TDs. So yeah, I'm a big fan there of Tucker Kraft. Yes.
Likewise. Kenny F. I feel like we skipped one, Wolf. Try that one.
Yeah, they're showing in different order for us, but that's fine.
Okay, half PPR, Olave or Jayden Reed?
Reed gives me more excitement, but I mean, I see Olave. He has 13 targets. You're facing San Fran. You're going to need points. I'm going to chase the volume with Olave on this one, even though Reed excites me just a little bit more. But I'm going to go Olave. I think it's the smart play. He was a hog, and we know Kellen Moore loves to target those slot receivers, and that's really what was happening there. So I'm going Chris Olave for that one.
I'm going Reed because he excites me more.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
All right, do I go Croskey-Merritt or Omari and Hampton this week?
You got to go Hampton. I mean, 80% of the snaps, all but one running back carry. I know Najee's probably going to keep getting that role a little bit more bumped up. I still, though, as much as I like Ja'Cory Croskey-Merritt, you go with the 80% snap player or the 30% snap player. I'm going with the 80% snap player every time. Both offenses look really good. The matchup's fine against the Raiders there, much better matchup than he had last time. So, yeah, I'm going Hampton for sure there, K-N-E-H.
I'm also going Hampton, and I feel like it's pretty easy. Eric E., Debo or Jacoby Myers, full PPR.
Debo for me. I'm a Debo guy. I know it's not like a popular take these days. He looks a little chubby, but man, 10 targets, rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown. I mean, the guy's a beast. And you got some some Thursday night juice here. I like Jacoby Myers a lot. The risk there is like if Bowers is ruled out, Jacoby Myers is a hog. And he looked great this last week too. I still go Debo tonight though.
I'm also going Debo, even though he looks a little doughy.
There we go.
Let's go Wolf. Left hand up.
I don't know what that means, but left hand is up.
All right. Fair enough.
Dorcher, too, by the way. Great to see you, Liam. Love you, brother.
Giuseppe, J.K. Dobbins or David Montgomery already starting Gibbs, half PPR.
If you're already starting Gibbs, I mean, 16 carries for J.K. Dobbins, if I'm not mistaken, in week 1. Looked like the clear feature back. Another good matchup coming up here. Looked solid, too. I'm going to go with Dobbins. I mean, I got to see this Lions team. The whole bet with Montgomery is like, okay, you got the goal line hammer for a guy in a great offense.
What if they can't get to the goal line? What if they're never
look
on
like
the
a
goal
great
line?
offense. Wasn't getting to the goal line very often. So, yeah, I'm going to go with David Montgomery. I didn't bring my ring light out here, Drew.
You're going with Montgomery? You're going with Montgomery?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm benching Montgomery.
I'm
definitely going Dobbins. Sorry. I'm benching Montgomery. Going Dobbins. Do I need to go get my ring light? Because it is getting darker.
You kind of
look
mysterious.
The string lights, too. Hillary's plugging in the string lights.
You look kind of mysterious.
Ooh, a dark, mysterious figure.
Yeah,
in the corner.
The wolf in the shadows.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, Joshua Bentata, pick 3, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Zay, or Debo. I think you're probably going Jefferson here, man.
I said this on Sunday. Somebody asked, like, Derrick Henry and Jamar Chase. Well, Chase, I guess maybe you should have benched. Right?
Or Jerome Ford.
Exactly, right? You're always playing Justin Jefferson. You don't need to ask about him. It comes down to, like, Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, or a Debo. I like those lights. I think
that looks great, Hills. Light. Good job.
Thank you, Hills. That looks a lot better. Perfect. I'm definitely going Zay Flowers. I know the game script was perfect, a shootout style game. They still only threw it 19 times, and he had 9 of the targets, right? So, like, everybody keeps harping, like, he'll never do that again. It was the perfect game flow. They were up the whole game, and they still threw to Zay Flowers. They used a clear part of the game plan, and he looked phenomenal. So I'm benching Tyreek Hill. I'm going Debo. I'm going Zay. That Miami team is just combusting, and Tyreek's a big part of it. And so I'm going to bench him. I know it seems crazy given what he used to do, but
I'm leaning the same way. It's really hard for me to justify rolling him out there anymore. So, yeah, I'm going with the same guys.
Fair enough.
Nick Chubb or J.K. Dobbins. All right, so we just had Monty or J.K. Dobbins. Do you feel differently about this one?
No, Nick Chubb.
No,
come
I
on,
don't
no way. He had he was the bell cow. The report was true, and it resulted in 60 scoreless yards. Right. Give me J.K. Dobbins, much better offense, better player, similar workload. Dobbins all day.
Agreed. Tunes, lost Kittle, picked up Brenton Strange. Ertz, Ferguson, Henry available. Who do you lean?
Ertz. Zach Ertz, baby.
Ertz.
I'd say I'd rank them Ertz, then Henry, then Fergie, then Strange. So you have the lowest of the ones that I like there, Tunes. Right. I go Ertz.
Tunes also said he was projected to lose last week by about 20 going into Sunday night game. In comes Allen and King Henry, game, set, match. Yeah, that would do it.
That's the best. Like when you have very little hope and then game, set, match. 2 absolute kings come in, get you 60 combined points. Let's go, Tunes. Glad you got the W. Let's do
Dogs. Ethan says dogs. What's up, Ethan?
Your dog, Ethan Pugh. Ethan Pugh's been here for like years. I mean, we've been doing this 7 years. Ethan Pugh's been here since maybe year 7. This might be his 7th year with us.
We haven't been – it's been way more than 7 years, dude.
10 years? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know how old I am.
I moved out here. My son's 10 now. We moved out here before he was 1. So, like, this is either year 9 or year 10.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's been a while. We've been doing this for a while now, Wolf. It's been a decade.
Decade of dominance, baby.
That's right. Decade of dominance. Giuseppe says, I have Ferguson and Loveland. Should I keep stashing Loveland or drop him for Strange or Jonnu, half PPR?
If I'm just stashing, I do think Loveland's by far the highest upside stash there. You know what you're getting in Strange. 4 to 5 targets from Trevor Lawrence. No thanks. Jonnu, as good as the Steelers looked this last week, he still only had like a touchdown bail him out from a 1-point day. I'm all set. Loveland's the one that's like could be the higher upside. Sam Laporta. I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Zach, Nana Boo Boo. Would you start JCM over Aaron Jones?
I've been seeing Nana Boo Boo at a lot of streams, and I love it, Zach. Thank you for showing up. I love your last name. I don't know if that's your actual last name. If it is,
that's
awesome.
His given name, probably.
Nana Boo Boo. It's so good. I would go JCM over Aaron Jones. We're talking about 2 timeshare backs. Jones more receiving upside. JCM, though, give me the juice. Give me the vibes. If I'm going with the timeshare back, I want the young, exciting one, and that's Bill.
Fair. Tunes wants to know Bill, Henderson, or Pittman. Pick 2, half PPR.
This is one where I'd probably bench Bill. Pittman does get the Broncos, though, this week. Very tough matchup. Great corners. He looked great. Him and Jones have had that like breakfast club type of rapport. They're apparently working out all offseason together. You like to see it. I think I'm going to go with Bill and Henderson, though. I do worry about that Broncos secondary being just absolutely elite. I don't know. What do you think, True? This is tough because Pittman really did look good, and he looked like Jones's preferred guy. So
I think Henderson.
Tough call.
Henderson is so fun.
I'm definitely playing Henderson. He's the clear lock. So who do you play between Pittman and
Bill?
Bill?
I'm probably going to lean Bill just because, I get to see him right away and because of the excitement factor. But I hear you on Pittman. If you lean Pittman, I wouldn't say you were crazy. But I would probably go Bill and Henderson.
All righty. Nice. We're
almost.
It's a very tough one, too. It's a very tough one.
Ethan says, please, I like the manners. Please pick 2 running backs in a flex. Hampton, Etienne, Dobbins, Debo, Pearsall. Thanks, guys. 2 running backs in a flex.
You got to play Etienne. I mean, they trade Bigsby after he runs for 160 yards. Looks like a great fit for Liam Cohen. Love everything about it. So I'm going Etienne, and I'm going to go Hampton over Dobbins for right now. I know the final production wasn't great. This is a Chiefs run defense that absolutely stymied Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl. So yeah. I'm not worried about Hampton. I love the usage. I'm sticking with it. So I'm going Etienne. I'm going Hampton. Between Dobbins, or now we got to get a flex out of these. I'm going to go Debo versus Pearsall. Tough call. I'm leaning Pearsall with Kittle out, though. Probably should be the clear target hog, right? And Matt Jones can get the rock to him.
I'm also leaning Pearsall.
All righty. We're aligned there. Let's go. Hills, is everything okay?
Do I play Kraft or Ertz?
Kraft over Ertz.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
She's asking you a fantasy question? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Top 5, low darks. Half PPR, start 2. Wide receiver 1, flex. BTJ, MHJ, Egbuka, Debo, Sutton, Breece Hall, Etienne. Wow, that's a lot of people, but they're pretty good people.
A lot of really good ones, too. Wow. Man, I got to keep rolling BTJ. I know Lawrence looked awful, but I like the matchup this week, and I'm probably going Egbuka for the next wide receiver. I can't put that genie back in the bottle. I mean, I like Breece Hall. I liked a lot of what I saw from Breece Hall, and that Bills defense was gashed by. And I know it's Derrick Henry. Don't get me wrong. I understand why they got gashed, but also they looked bad. Like Henry was running through just like gaping holes all night long. As a receiver, Breece Hall is 19% target share, second leading receiver behind only Garrett Wilson. I mean, I love Sutton. I love Debo. I liked what MHJ did, and Etienne really surprised me. You got some great options here. This is going to be a real headache for you all year, Low Darks.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
I think I ride Igbuka while he's hot and while Godwin's on the bench. I go BTJ and I go Breece Hall. I probably don't even have it ranked that way, but that's just how my guts. Yeah, I just looked. I have Sutton one spot above Igbuka, and I love Sutton so much.
I love Sutton too.
And I have Marvin Harrison apparently a spot above them against Carolina. I'm adjusting my rankings on the fly because I definitely like Igbuka more than MHA. I think I like Igbuka more than Sutton.
You picked the same 3 that I would have picked, just for whatever it's worth.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because
I was definitely going to go BTJ and Igbuka, and I was just like, to me, I was trying to decide between Cortland Sutton and Breece Hall, and I was just like, I really liked what I saw to Breece Hall last week. And honestly, Breece Hall just blowing up this year would just be the ultimate cram it up my ass move, and so I think that's probably what's going to happen. So I'm leaning Breece Hall with my 3rd pick.
Even more evidence there. Yeah. He wants true sass. That's sure.
Everybody wants the true sass. Tunes, Love or Kyler? Yeah.
Yeah, don't love either of these. Kyler, they get the Panthers. I could see him scampering in for a little touchdown there. So I'll go Kyler over Love in this case.
All right, that's fine. I don't really have an opinion on that one. Eric Bugman, Love or Williams, Kraft, and Njoku? Thank you, sir. I don't know which one of us he's talking. I guess he's probably calling you, sir, but I'm still going to give him everything I got. Do you like Jordan Love or Caleb Williams?
I just turned the brightness up. There we go. That helps. You can see me a little bit now. I'm going to go Jordan Love there, and I'm going to go Tucker Kraft over Njoku. Let's stack them up. Let's get those touchdowns tonight, baby, for you, Eric Buckman.
Hey, Anna, will you ask Dante to turn on the TV a tiny bit?
I can't hear it all, truth, by the way.
You can't?
It's not coming on at all for me.
Right,
I don't know if anybody else can hear it, but
he's playing Doom really loudly.
I love that, by the way. That is awesome.
He just introduced him to Doom recently, and he loves it.
Doom is such a great game. Oh, yeah, what a great –
He's in there shooting some shit up.
That's awesome.
By the way, we're over 1,500 people right now, so thanks a lot, everybody. Give us a like.
Consider that thumbs up button. Yes, absolutely. 1,500 on a Thursday. You love to see it. Love to have you here. Consider that heart, that thumbs up. Oh, I'm good, Hills. Thank you. Yeah. Turn the brightness up. You can see me better. You leave it right there. That's perfect. Thank you so much, though. Perfect. Tracy or JCM? I got to go JCM there. 2 timeshare backs. Tracy fumbled this last weekend. I could see the team moving on fast. Scatterbo giving him more of a tryout. I don't trust him at all. Beautiful. That's even better. Thank you, Hills. Awesome.
Oh, that looks
you
way
agree
better.
with JCM there? Yeah, the ring light. You brought the ring light out. I appreciate it. That's support right there.
We don't want anybody thinking RSJ can't pay the electric bill. So,
but we can't.
We can't, but we don't want anyone thinking that. T. Higgins, Myers, Pickens, or Pearsall. Pick one.
I mean, T. Higgins gets the Jags. Like, it just feels like a blow-up spot for the guy. He's definitely probably the riskiest of all these guys to just be boom or bust, but it feels like such a Higgins boom. So I am going to go Higgins, but if you want the safest, I'd probably go Pearsall. But I'm going to go Higgins myself. I don't know. What about you?
I'm going Higgins, too, just because I think I'm supposed to.
That's not a great enough reason. Come on.
I mean, I love T. I'm a T. Higgins stan. I love the guy.
You always have been, yeah.
Jonas, full PPR. Start Debo or Pickens. Ferguson, Hunter Henry. Greetings from Germany. Okay.
Oh, I think this is our first Germany. We've had Australia. We have Fraser from Scotland always tuning in. Link Clegg from Australia.
We had some Aussies, yeah.
We have Tomas from Panama. We have people from all over, which is amazing. This might be our first Germany. Sweet. I always mean to say this at the beginning of the show too, but if you haven't asked your question yet, tell us where you're from, even if it's in the boring old United States. What state are you in? Are you in Beverly, Massachusetts up the street and want to have a beer for the game later? Let me know where you guys are from, though. It is cool, especially when you're from Germany. I love when people tell us when they're from. Great to see you, Jonas. Thanks for tuning in from Germany. And let's pick this out. I'm going Debo. I just updated my rankings. I had Debo below Pickens, and I saw this, and I said Debo. Debo's my guy here. I'm going Debo. I'm going Hunter Henry. I feel okay about it. What do you think, Truth?
I feel good about Debo. The Hunter Henry Ferguson one is a little tougher for me. I guess I'd probably lean Henry, but that one it seems like a little more of a coin flip to me.
I just look at Miami and how they got steamrolled by the Colts, including Tyler Warren, who looks like a top 5 tight end rest of the season.
That's true.
And I could see Hunter Henry, who had 8 targets last week. I could see him going another 8 to 10 and finding the end zone. I feel pretty good about that. I want to make sure I have that ranked because I actually really do like Hunter Henry this week.
Yeah.
I only have him at 14. I do have him above Jake Ferguson, but I think I got to bump him up a little bit more.
That's cool. That's awesome that we're getting German love. That's great.
Very cool. I know. I'm all about that. Let's go, Jonas.
So I'm pumped to be back in the mix. I hate that I missed week 1, but I'm so pumped that Texas Hustler's back.
Oh yeah, Texas Hustler.
This guy hypes us up every time. I really do appreciate it. Always makes me feel good, even if I don't feel like I'm on my game. Texas Hustler always acts like we're the shit. So I really appreciate it. Croskey-Merritt, Debo Samuel, or Warrens. I need 2. What you players think? Everyone give a thumbs up, like, and sub. These guys are here for us and know their shit. Thank you, bosses. Dallas, Texas is watching. Thank you so much.
Let's go, Hustler.
Appreciate the hype. Croskey-Merritt, Debo, or Warrens.
Debo's my top option. Debo's my favorite here.
Yep.
It does get tough from there. Warren feels boring, but Seattle, I mean, you just saw Christian McCaffrey rack up 9 catches. And I mean, Warren's clearly not a McCaffrey. I think it's part of how they play defense, though, under Mike McDaniels. They're not Mike McDaniel. What's his name? Mike McDonald, right? No.
Mike McDonald.
Is that? Yeah. Mike McDaniel's the guy who's about to get fired from the Dolphins.
The guy that went. Remember last year when he started just looking like a coke dealer?
Yeah, I do. What a nerd, too. I hate that guy. He thinks he's so cool, vaping on the sidelines and stuff. Like, cool, I'll vape on my stream, but on the sidelines of the NFL, come on. Grow up.
Get out.
Yeah, get out of here. Let me vape. You go coach an NFL team, please.
You do your thing.
I think I go Warren. I know Croskey-Merritt makes me feel so much like juicier inside, but to me, like, there's not like Warren's going to be involved. He's going to catch some passes, no matter how that game flows. He was the clear lead back. Whereas Croskey-Merritt, there is a real downside tonight that like the Packers get up and it's an Eckler show and they don't trust Bill. But then there's also like Bill rips off a 60-yard touchdown because he has juice and he looks damn good and he has the vibes. Hustler's got the vibes. I don't know. I kind of like Bill more than Jaylen Warren. What do you think?
I'm going Debo and Bill.
Just go Commanders.
Commanders overload. I'm going Debo and Bill.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm bumping Bill over Warren in my ranking. It just feels so much better. Like you got to go with the vibe sometimes.
You've gotten me kind of
excited. Croskey-Merritt's the vibe.
Right.
Yeah, he is. All right, I'm in there. Hustler, let's go, baby. Go your Commanders.
Wants to know May or Dak. How disappointed on a scale of 1 to 10 were you on the Pats drop into Vegas last week?
I a solid 9. I was very pissed
because I had convinced myself that the Pats were going to be okay.
Yeah, I think they will be. That was a tough game. I do think the Raiders are actually going to be better than people think. As a delusional Pats fan, maybe that's just me justifying this. Maybe that's my copium. I don't know. I thought Drake May did not look great. He missed some wide open throws. He did not look poised under pressure. He scrambled too fast, and I didn't like what I saw. It was not a great, encouraging performance from Drake May. He's going to steamroll the Dolphins this weekend.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I agree. He's going to steamroll the Dolphins.
If Daniel Jones can steamroll the Dolphins, Drake May better. If Drake May doesn't, then I'm panicked. The panic button has been removed from the shelf. I have not hit it.
Okay.
If he does not perform against the Dolphins, I will be slamming it and I will be crying as a Patriots fan.
There's also a panic button that I've taken out that I haven't hit yet, but I'll reveal it before the pod's over.
All right. I'm excited to hear what that one is.
Bulldog, I've already rage dropped Andrews for Juwan Johnson.
Hell yeah.
Way to get out in front of it, man. Way to get out in front of it. Why wait?
Should I just cut Andrews and put him in there?
Well, let me ask you this question in response to your question. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First question, is he fat? Second question, is he useless?
Juwan Johnson wasn't useless.
No, I'm talking about Andrews. I'm talking about Andrews.
He's fat and useless.
Right. So if he's fat and he's useless, I think you just answered your own question.
He checks both boxes. He has been a Browns killer, and he faces the Browns this week. So this is like the kind of like, you can't do this, what you've always done your whole career. I want to backhand you in the face.
Bulldog got out in front of this thing.
You're a smarter man. You're a braver man than I, Bulldog. I haven't done it yet. I need a little more rage. Like I have a lot of rage in me, but not enough yet. I need one more push.
I have so much rage in me right now. Anyway, Jaws for sure.
It's fun. Truth, I feel like you're in a very similar spot to my brother, Alex. We were watching football on Sunday night. His team shit its pants, and he was sitting on the couch, and he's just like, what's even the point of anything anymore? Like, this
That's
all
totally
sucks.
how it
Football
was.
sucks. I hate fantasy. And I looked at him, and I just said, get it together, dude. It's week 1. And he just started like cracking up laughing. He's like, that's a good way to put it. Like, get it together, dude. It is only week 1.
I do think Alex and
I can see it in your eyes. You got to just get it together. It's 1 week. Get it together, dude.
Yeah, it was a bad
Get it together,
week.
dude.
It was a bad week, and does sound like Alex and I, at least right now, are cut from the same cloth.
You seem like you're in that hole.
Just nothing worked. Nothing worked. You want to know the one thing that worked? You want to know the one thing that worked for me? Was Javonte Williams sitting right on my bench.
But you have him. He's on your team.
Sure. I've got him.
Probably in your lineup now.
Yeah, he is.
We'll
see what happens.
This is where he'll fumble, and Jayden Blue will take over.
Yeah, and then you'll look really smart, and I'll be sitting here with my thumb up my ass. All right, number 5, top 5 low darks. And I remember asking this question a bunch of times last year, asking you in a vacuum, who do you like more? And now here's a question: Bo Nix or Drake May?
2 very disappointing week 1s.
And just so you know, this is the panic button that I have out that I haven't hit yet.
The Bo Nix one? Yeah, that was bad, huh?
I went after him. Went after him in my draft. I was like, I like this guy. And no.
Yeah, no. I liked him a lot. He had more 20-point games plus games than Pat Mahomes over 2 seasons. Pat Mahomes had 2 seasons of play, and Bo Nix had more 20-point games as a rookie. He was a little boom bust. I'm not hitting the panic button on him yet. I think the Titans have.
I'm not hitting it, but the panic button's out.
You've taken it out, and I understand why. I long term feel better about Nix right now. I won't lie. I think this week I'm playing May. I think the Dolphins are that much of a doormat. It's the worst secondary in the league. If May doesn't do it this week, then cut him. See you later. I'm done with him.
Who would you?
Not from the Patriots, of course.
No, I hear you. Of course not. Who would you play, just out of curiosity, between Nix and Caleb Williams?
Nix.
Okay, those are my choices. I'm going Nix also.
You got to ride it out.
Okay. Keith Chief, PPR, full, Debo or Etienne?
That's a really tough one because I like Debo a lot. I've never been an Etienne guy, and Etienne really just crammed that one up me this last week.
We've been getting a lot of stuff crammed up us lately.
Yeah, we're getting crammed. We're getting curb stomped. It's a tough day for the boys this weekend. I think I'm going Etienne. You're getting Cincy. It's a bad defense. A lot of dink and dunk. Went to Dylan Sampson against him last week. I really like Debo tonight. I think he has a big game, and I still think Etienne actually outdoes him. You trade away Tank Bigsby. I'm going Etienne, I think. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm probably leaning that way too, which just really irritates me. I mean, Etienne's one of these guys that I have charged negative feelings towards, probably because of Duck.
I was going to say Duck. It's Duck. It's literally
I
Duck.
always, how you just associate certain players with guys, I just associate Etienne with him completely, and I think it just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm leaning him. Yeah.
He's soft, but he looked good last weekend.
He did look good. Texas Hustler. Ertz or Ferguson, thanks again for all the help and work you do for all of us. You are welcome in advance. I would go Ertz here.
Yeah, I go Ertz over Ferguson. Yep, I'm there.
Tunes, glad I picked up Bill in the Dynasty League as a UDFA.
Well done, Tunes. F you, but well done.
Yeah. Campanelli, what's up? He wants to know, why is truth in a child's room? This is not a child's room. This is what the kitchen of a middle-aged guy with ADHD looks like. These are all of our important documents.
I have the same exact thing in my kitchen with just bills and life insurance offers, and
I got life insurance. Everything. I got my cat's rabies certificate back here. I got an old copy of some health insurance stuff. Yeah, this is not a child's room. This is a very, very adult room, Campanelli.
The most boring room you could ever ask for.
Yep, I'm just up here because the internet's better here than other places.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Cody Poor, McMillan or Debo?
What's up, Cody? Graduated with him. Great to see you, man. I'm going Tet McMillan, I think. I don't know, though. It's like, I don't know, Truth. What do you think of this one? This is a tough one because, like, I love Jane Daniels. I love the Commanders. I love what Debo did last week. I feel like Tet's a better bet for volume, but, like,
so unfortunately,
I don't know. My gut's like, get Debo in. But, like, what if this Packers team is elite? Like, what if it's an elite defense?
I think that, truth be known, I feel like McMillan is probably the smarter play. Unfortunately, I think it's close enough where I might be looking for the action tonight, and I might pick Debo just because of that, which is not a great reason. But don't you always kind of lean?
Reason.
Don't you kind of lean Thursday night football, like if it's close?
I have Tet 22. I have Debo 25. I get that human vibe of like, give me some action tonight. But isn't it like the worst when you're like, that's not the right thing to do?
Yes, it's the worst. You
still do it, and then you get punished. Like Debo has one catch, 7 yards, and you're like, yep, this is what I get. I shouldn't have done that.
You're right. And you know what? You saying that, let's go McMillan. You're right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how many times were you like,
of course I know
you shouldn't do it, and you do it, and then you get punished?
Of course I know what you mean. I do it all the time.
But you know what's going to happen is, okay, you shouldn't do it. You bench Debo, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, like Debo goes bananas tonight. It's so tough. It's so.
And then you're gonna watch Bryce Young try to throw to this guy, and you're gonna be like, "What?"
Sail 7 over his head, and then you can get sit. But you know what you can do? Truth, you can say his expected fantasy points were like 15.9.
His expected fantasy points were off the chart, right?
Because Bryce Young just couldn't get it. Nana Boo Boo again. Let's go.
I have Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. I picked up Jordan Love off waivers. Do I stick with Nix or gamble with Jordan Love tonight against an easier matchup? Good question.
I like that one. I mean, Love's going to get pushed tonight. I like Bo Nix still. I'll tell you this. I think I like J.J. McCarthy more than either of them.
Really?
This week, you got Atlanta in the Dome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Atlanta's a bad defense. Like, they're bad.
I think
I'll go Love. You know what? I like the game to shoot.
This is hard, man. This is a tough one.
You know what's funny, Truth? I was like, this is too close. I have to look at the rankings, which I don't like to do. I have Love 13, McCarthy 14, Bo Nix 15. Like literally that in a row. You couldn't ask for him to be any closer. All in the same tier. So Jordan Love is my pick.
Let's go Jordan Love. Let's go Jordan Love. Truth looked like he just ate a warhead when he said Kyle Pitts. I don't remember. I'll take your word for it. That does sound like something my face would look like.
Do you remember warheads, dude? Those are the best.
I have some up in the cabinet. I bought a gigantic thing of them when Serena was a little bit younger, and there were so many of them. We still have a bunch left. Every now and then Dante has a friend over, and they just eat a bunch.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you even make warheads anymore?
I don't know if they make them anymore. I know like 5 years ago they did.
I used to love those.
Yeah, me too. Tunes, did blue being a healthy scratch give you blue balls?
Tell you this, it didn't help anything come out. It hurt. Yeah, it hurts. It still stings, Tunes. Yes, exactly.
Trey Sarasenko, thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, sir. We love seeing you, brother.
KJ
thank you
Frederick.
For the chat, too.
Better flex start, Devontae Adams or Jacoby Myers. Interesting.
It's tough when you don't know what Brock Bowers' status is, because if he's out, like Myers should be a top 15 wide receiver. I feel like, though, I just like look at a question where I see like Adams and I see Myers, and I have to go Adams. Like it's Devontae Adams, you know?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I'm going Devontae Adams there.
Me too. Trey Sarasenko, thoughts on starting Matthew Golden tonight, or he's a wait and see? I think it depends on your options. What do you think?
You got to let me know who else you're considering. But if I can wait and see, I would. And I'm waiting and seeing. I'm putting Urine Boy, the Golden Urine Man, on my bench tonight for Hollywood Brown. Right. With that information, you probably should know that he's going to catch a 70-yard bomb touchdown because he's on my bench. He just wants to piss me off. But I can already – you get those vibes like immediately, Truth, where you're like, this guy is going to annoy me all year.
All season.
I'm never going to get Matthew Golden right. He's going to be on my bench. He's going to have 70 and a touchdown. I'm going to play him, and he's going to hit 2 catches for 10 yards. I'm already getting those vibes from Matthew Golden. Like Golden showering me all year. I'm nervous. I am nervous about urine. But it depends who your other option is, Mr. Trace Arasenko. I'm benching him where I have him.
Cody Poor, full PPR, McMillan or Debo.
I think he's coming in. He came in he saw all the questions on YouTube getting answered first.
Okay.
They just come. We see them in the order they come in the stream.
Yeah,
platform.
sorry about that.
Cody, thanks for coming in. Both subscribe on all platforms, folks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got 1,700 of you. Please do hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that sub button. We do these hit start shows every week on Thursday, on Sunday morning. We'd love to have you for them.
1,700 and counting. It's still going up. Robert Moreno, Jacoby Myers or Hollywood PPR?
Myers. I mean, even if Bowers does play, you got great PPR upside, and if he doesn't, you're going to the moon. So I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. He's too low in my rankings. I got to bump him up while we talk here.
Giuseppe, pick 2, 1 quarterback and 1 super flex. Kyler, Mahomes, J.J. McCarthy, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers. We are getting to a point where you just can't really justify starting Patrick Mahomes anymore, which is just kind of crazy.
I was going to say that truth, but he ran in that touchdown last week and ended up with like 25 fantasy
He
points.
did have like 25. He did. It's true. I mean, he got about the same fantasy points that Caleb Williams got.
Yeah. I know. It's true. So Fields is the clear runaway. You're definitely playing Fields here.
What about your boy Aaron Rodgers?
I know, right? They're not going to be able to shoot out against each other every single week. I think I go Fields Mahomes myself. I think my next closest, I don't know though. Kyler Murray gets Carolina. Like he should run all over them. I'm going to go Kyler and I'm going to go Fields. I'm going to go.
I was going to say the exact same thing. And I was just like, I was going to be my big hot take picking Kyler over Mahomes. And then you just did it anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at.
There we
go. Would you at least consider Rodgers over Mahomes?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Because I think that Steelers game, that did become a back and forth shootout. I do think Arthur Smith, if they can get a lead and pound it out against the Seahawks, we'll get a game where Rodgers has like 150 yards and no touchdowns soon.
Oh, it's going to happen. I agree. But I'm at least thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Kraft or Tyler Warren?
Warren, target hog. Let's go. League winner. Keep riding the league winner. Go Tyler Warren. My tight end 4 this week. Let's do it.
Wow. Okay. I would have leaned the other way, but okay.
I mean, Tucker Cross my tight end 5. You're talking about 4 and 5.
Okay.
Two
So
great
we're
options.
at least close. All right.
Yeah.
Ocean View Coffee Shop. Are we starting Bill? We've actually talked a lot about Bill. It obviously depends on who else you got, but we certainly like Bill.
Certainly there's worlds where we will start in Motion View. Let us know who else you're considering.
Lucio Ranelli, half PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Tet, Egbuka, Henderson, same league. Fannin Jr. or Strange?
I'm going to go Egbuka, and I think I played Ted over Henderson. He just did not play a ton of – it's tough because I love Henderson, the player. Still not involved enough for me to feel great about starting him when I do have a clear cut. Ted's going to see 9 to 12 targets.
Ted's going to see the targets.
He's going to see the targets. If Bryce Young, he looked bad. I was very concerned with how Bryce Young looked. There still was that stretch last year where I'm like, I can't completely forget that yet. If he has 2 games where he looks as bad as he looked last week, then Bryce Young is officially done for me in the NFL, in my opinion. But I'll give Ted a shot this week with Egbuka. And I need Henderson more involved. I would go Fannin Jr. over Strange for sure.
Me too.
All right.
Giuseppe, like, share, and subscribe, people. Best in the biz. Thanks, Giuseppe.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Love you, brother.
Omar, Wolf. And then and that's all capitals with exclamation points and truth.
Yeah, so very underwhelming truth. I thought Omar had more love for the truth. Come on.
Omar usually is a pretty big supporter. Missed you last week, but we back, baby. Congrats on the addition to the family, by the way.
At least he missed you, huh?
He did miss me, and he's congratulating, I'm assuming, you on the addition to the family, because unless he knows about the cat we got 2 months ago, he's not talking to me.
I was going to say, you mentioned your cat rabies shot. I didn't know you guys had a cat.
We have a dog and 2 cats.
You have 2
and it's
cats.
Pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. We went a long time without having any pets, and now they're all over the place, and we're really enjoying it.
I love cats. I don't love cats. I love pets. I actually hate cats. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, these 2 cats are awesome. You would love them.
Everybody says, "Oh, you'd love my cat," and then they scratch me in the face, and I say, "Screw you."
Our cats don't scratch in the face. They're not savages.
All right. I'll give them a try, Truth. But
if you come up
I might
here,
be the one person they do that to. I don't know what
I
it is.
doubt it.
Cats hate me. I hate cats.
I doubt it. And our dog is the best dog ever.
I love dogs. What kind of dog do you have?
She's a rescue. We got her during COVID.
Yeah.
Just like part a million things. She's from Arkansas, and
Nice.
She's the nicest dog I've ever met in my life.
Best.
Yeah, the best. Don't even have a question. Just showing love to the pack. Let's go. All right, Omar.
Great to see you, Omar. I haven't seen you in a while, Omar. I'm really happy to see you, brother. I hope all is going well. Let's catch up.
By the way, he does have a question later.
All right, sweet.
Toon says no doom sound on this end. Truth. Thank you, Toons. I appreciate
Blast
it.
it, Dante. Keep killing monsters in Doom. Let's go.
He's tearing. You can hear it right now. He's using the chainsaw.
Yeah, let's go.
Cam Daddy, Terrier Hollywood, 10-man, half PPR, leaning Hollywood.
Cam Daddy, I don't want I love when people do this in their questions too, where they tell me where they're leaning, because I always will say you have to go your gut. If you're leaning Hollywood, you go Hollywood. I do go Terry in this case. I mean, they just like they're still getting their timing down. I understand that, and maybe they miss again, but he should have had like a 70-yard touchdown last week. I go Terry. I go with the guy with Jayden Daniels slinging it on a game where they might need some points. I love the 16 targets from Hollywood. What if Worthy plays? What if it's not that big of a deal? I'm going Terry tonight over Hollywood.
Okay.
What about you, Truth? Would you go any different?
Well, honestly, to me, that one's a coin flip, but I agree with you when the guy says I'm leaning this way. I don't consider it like so much of a preponderance of evidence either way that I would, like, if I were leaning one way, go somewhere else. Like, this isn't like you saying, like, I'm saying Terry and you're crazy if you don't pick him. If you're leaning Hollywood, go Hollywood.
Exactly. And I think that's a really good point, too. Like, there are times where people will say, I'm leaning this way, and I'll say, I think you're wrong. You got to go with, like, this. I'm telling you, this is the better play. I do think Terry's the better play, but, hey, if you want to go Hollywood, they're close enough. They're right. Similar. So, yeah, I would go Terry, Cam Daddy, but this is not one where I'm like, nope, I would not. I would absolutely go the other guy.
Yep. 1,800 and counting, by the way.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
JV Dave 505, Samson or Hollywood, full PPR.
I mean, this one does. I think even if there's a little bit of information to find out here. If Worthy plays and Judkins is out, I actually might go Samson. But otherwise, it's one of those things where, like, Judkins plays, you're not even considering Samson. If Judkins and Worthy play, I'm still going Hollywood. Like 99% of the time, I'm probably going Hollywood. It would take Worthy being in and Judkins being out for me to go to Samson, in which case I probably would go Samson. But for right now, I think it's definitely Hollywood, Davey Dave.
Fair enough. All right, full PPR, JD or Fields?
You're going Daniels. You got to go Daniels.
Agreed.
I know it's a tough matchup. I know Fields just blew up. Fields could be the league-winning quarterback of the year. I like that you have both. I'm not benching Jayden Daniels for Fields at any point, most likely, and certainly not tonight. Not yet.
I agree. Omar says, okay, I lied. I do have a question. Tucker Kraft or Juwan Johnson, full PPR? We just answered this, didn't we?
Tucker Kraft, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Top 5 tight end this week.
Ivan Kistler, McMillan or Reed? Jayden Reed.
I got to go 10. I got to follow. You're going Jayden?
No, he's just clarifying. He's talking about Jayden Reed.
I do. I mean, again, as explosive as Reed is, as much as I've always been a Jayden Reed guy. I love the player. 18 to 48 snaps last week. Like, I know that's a game flow thing, and I think the game flow should be better for him. I know he caught a touchdown. I know he led the team in targets. He was targeted on 5 of his 12 routes. All beautiful stuff. Ted McMillan's going to see 10 targets. Like, he just, that's going to be his role every week. And I'm probably going to go that every week too, Ivan.
You think McMillan is going to be kind of like a Malik Neighbors type this year? Like, where it's like last year, he's just getting every single ball is going to him?
He's going to be probably similar. I don't think he's even nearly as close as explosive. So, like, the volume could definitely rival what Neighbors did. I don't think he will come close to the production because I think Neighbors is like one of those top 4 talents. Your team's going to be fine, Truth. You have Gibbs, you have Neighbors. You're going to be fine. No more ledge talk.
I got Mike Evans, too.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine. We both need Evans. Evans rebounds. And Reed tonight, Joe, it really depends on who you're going against. But I'll just reemphasize those points. Only 18 to 48 snaps last week, but it was a clear cut. Like, we're going to bleed the clock all day because we're up big. I think we get a more competitive game. I think we get more Reed. I think he's very explosive. He still led the team despite only playing 18 snaps last week. So I do like Reed tonight. It does depend, though, who is your option for sure. Who's the other guys?
Toon says, thanks, guys. Enjoy the game tonight. Good luck to everyone, unless you're playing me. That's fair.
Very fair indeed, Tunes. Good luck to you, brother.
Ramos Medina, buenas noches, amigos. Lost my only quarterback. Only streamers are Danny Dimes, Stafford, Mac Jones, I guess. Advise, por favor. 16 people league. Wow.
So he must have had Purdy, because I don't think what other quarterbacks could be lost. And now, so we got Germany, we got Panama. We're going worldwide, baby. I love to see you, Tomas.
This is huge. This is an international affair.
I would say this is, if you need to replace your quarterback, Tomas, which it sounds like you do, I got to go Danny Dimes. Now, I'm very worried about the Broncos this week. I probably would play, but do I feel that much better about Mac Jones or Stafford? I don't think so. Probably not. So, you know what? I'm going Danny Dimes because I love Shane Steichen. I love that he was running all over the place, running in for scores. I just think that as a long-term replacement, Danny Dimes is legit. I mean, Mac Jones in the San Fran offense could be very legit. I don't know. Part of me is like Mac Jones is the play here, but I think it sounds like Thomas is looking for a genuine replacement. It's not the best spot to start Danny Dimes, but I think he's going to be your best long-term bet to get you back to Purdy or whoever you're waiting for.
I agree. That's where I'd lean. Yes, or a theme. Daniels or Love, PPR, full.
Daniels,
not that
always.
That spread. Who wins this trade? Pickens and Hampton for Bowers, Chubb, and I always mispronounce that.
It really comes down to Pickens and Hampton for Bowers. Because Chubb, fine, but not really. Right. Iomanor, a cool waiver pickup, but nothing. So it's do you trade Pickens and Hampton for Bowers? And honestly, I don't know. You got to know his health. If Bowers is healthy playing this week, I probably pull this trigger because you got the best tight end in the game. Looks elite, as elite as ever. But as of right now, without knowing his health status, without really seeing Hampton against anyone other than the best run D in the league, I still think Hampton could be a league winner. I still think Pickens could really rebound. I'm probably keeping Pickens and Hampton in this deal. What about you?
I agree. Again, like you said, the other two in the Bowers deal are just taking up roster spots. I don't need them at all. So yeah. Pickens and Hampton, I'd probably keep over Bowers right this second.
Yeah.
We going McMillan or Hampton? Full PPR.
I'm going Hampton. I know it's full PPR, so that does favor McMillan. But again, I'm not I thought Hampton looked pretty solid against one of truly the best run defense last year. It was by 5+ points, how much better the Chiefs were than the next run defense. And Hampton still looked okay. I know he only had 8. He had 80% of the snaps, all but 1 carry. The usage was there. I know that Najee will probably get a little more involved. And I still think Hampton's going to be beast this year. So I'm going him even in full PPR. Quincy
Davis, start 2 running backs, 2 flex, 2 wide receivers. All right, we got a lot to sift through here. CMC, Harvey, Achane, Chase Brown, Henderson, Sutton, Garrett Wilson, Terry, Egbuka, Pearsall, Diggs. 2 running backs, 2 flex, 2 wide receivers. That's a lot.
I know, but it's one of those questions again. You're not benching CMC, so why are you asking about him? So we have 1 running back down. You're probably not benching Chase Brown.
I don't think you're benching Chase Brown either.
You're probably not benching. Yeah, exactly. You have CMC, you have Chase Brown. Achane, you're still probably playing, even though the Dolphins look a little bit like cheeks.
God, they look awful.
He still got his touchdown. So I'm playing CMC, Chase Brown, Achane. So we got 2 running backs, 1 flex done. You're definitely playing Garrett Wilson. You're definitely playing Sutton. 2 receivers done. And so the last spot, it comes down to Egbuka. I'm not playing Harvey over Egbuka. I'm not playing Henderson over Egbuka. It comes down to Pearsall or Egbuka, and I'm going Egbuka.
I'm playing Egbuka in that situation.
Yeah. So we're going Sutton, Wilson, Egbuka, Chase Brown, Achane, CMC.
Yep.
Boom.
Agree.
All right.
Bill tonight or Henderson, half PPR.
Henderson. Miami's just.
I'm also going Henderson.
I feel like this is going to be Henderson's coming out party type of night.
I hope so. Week. I like him a lot.
I like Henderson a lot. I'm going to go him there.
All right, Ross H., what's up, Wolf? I almost forgot you were live. Start Hollywood, Etienne, or Keenan Allen in the flex.
I forgot you were alive. I live. I breathe. I know I'm a dad, and I'm not around as often, Ross, but I still live. Right. No, I do the lives on Thursdays and Sundays still, too. Not quite as often. but definitely getting 2 days a weekend still. I would start Etienne. There's only one. You need Etienne. I'm going Etienne. I was thinking there was two there, and that would be tricky between Keenan or Hollywood, but Etienne's the clear favorite for me, Ross.
Sit one, Pacheco, Kenneth Walker, Hollywood, half PPR. Just sitting one of these guys.
I'll see you, Pacheco. 5 carries.
Bye.
Kareem Hunt had 5 carries too. See ya. Bye, Pacheco.
Sports Life, do you think Jayden Reed is a starter today? It all depends, man. Maybe.
It all depends. As we said, again, to reiterate the stats, he only played 18 of 48 snaps. He only ran 12 of all the routes, and he still saw a target on 5 of his 12 routes, led the team in targets, scored the touchdown, looked healthy. I do like Reed tonight. I play him in many situations, but it does depend on who your other guy is, the sports file.
Another full PPR here. Ertz or Ingram? I heard Ingram's going to be fine. I'm still kind of nervous about his injury. I'm interested to know what you think about this.
Well, I'm still playing Ertz no matter what, because Ingram, it seems like he's going to be fine. He had limited practices so far this week, and even if he was practicing in full, I'm still going Ertz tonight. So
Fair enough.
I'm going Ertz.
Kimberly Smith, Travis Hunter, or Hollywood Brown in the flex spot this week? I'm definitely going Hollywood.
16 targets is 16 targets. That's tough to turn down, but I'm such a Hunter stan.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't. I know, and there's talk about him playing more defensive snaps this week.
Good. That's where you should
and
be.
Trevor
playing.
Lawrence is bum. Trevor Lawrence is an absolute bum. So
It's Hollywood.
yeah, I'll go Hollywood. I know. You'd go Hollywood over Golden tonight, right?
I would.
All right, cool.
And again, I'm sure I'm going to regret saying that, but yes, I would.
All right, cool.
Michael Lopez, JCM over Walker. Full PPR. I have Henderson as my other starter. Charbonnet on the bench as well.
That's tough. I mean, Walker looked horrible this last week. I mean, Charbonnet was better. I was so high on Walker end of this year, so high on this scheme. I have Walker 26 and Jayden Croskey-Merritt 27. Oh, that's tough. That's very tough. I mean, I was going to say I'd play Henderson over both of them.
Well, he's starting him.
Yeah, so you're already playing him. I go Hendo. I don't know. What do you think of Walker over JCM, Truth? This is a really tough one.
I would probably – I mean, again, so my gut says Walker. JCM, you know – I love the juice.
I do, but he is so risky again.
But I think I'm going to go Walker. Just like we talked our way out of the other one with McMillan, and I'm going to go Walker.
Yeah, we saw Breece Hall just gash the Steelers defense.
Yeah,
Walker is a good pass catcher as a running back. I think he was getting himself fully healthy, and we could just see the Walker we were all expecting this week, and then be like, why do we bench him? I'm going to go.
We're not going to bench him. We're going to play Walker here.
Yeah, we're playing Walker. It's close though. It's literally one spot in my rankings. Close.
Omar, Worldwide Wolf, patent that now. Since questions are dwindling, I need 2 between Aaron Jones, Derek Montgomery, and Etienne full PPR. And sorry, Truth, you're the man too. Love both you guys. I know you do. I'm just messing with you. All right, we need 2. Aaron Jones, Monty, Etienne. I think I know where I'm going. What do you think?
I still love that. Wolf. And Truth. We're never going to let Omar live that one down. I'm benching Aaron Jones here. I'm definitely playing Etienne. He's my favorite of them. And
Etienne's my favorite as well, yeah.
Montgomery, revenge game against Chicago. Aaron Jones saw 30% of the carries. I mean, I think it was 65% went to Jordan Mason, 35% Jones. So that's risky. He caught that touchdown. He looks good. I like Aaron Jones. I'm going Etienne. I'm going Monty there. I
think I am too, but I don't feel great about it. Hollywood or Ricky Pearsall?
It just popped. I even know somebody in my league was named this. It just popped. I get like the Yahoo notifications on my computer now too, and it just said, "Suck my penix." Just cut Dallas defense for what? I didn't even know that was a team name.
That's
Suck my
good.
penix.
He
has Michael Penix as his quarterback too, so that was impressive.
Well, you can't have a team name like that if he's not your quarterback.
Yeah, he's his quarterback.
Yeah, good for him.
And he drafts strictly on penis size. So well done, Tans.
There's Teddy Bridgewater on his Teddy Bridgewater is back
for motivational purposes. Yes.
Is he carrying Frank Gore on a roster spot just because?
Just because of the girth.
Right.
Exactly.
Hollywood or Ricky Pearsall?
It's Pearsall. And I love Hollywood. I love the 16 targets, but you're going Pearsall. No Kittle. he's got to be the target hog there. Juwan Jennings is banged up too. So, I know, Mac Jones, is he going to be? Yeah, Mac Jones can definitely get the rock out, certainly in where Ricky Pearsall does his best damage. So I'm going Ricky Pearsall.
Ross H., last question. In my other league, I have Javonte Williams and Jameson Williams. Which one would you start on the flex spot?
You know me, Truth. I'm a ceiling chaser. I'm a J-Mo believer. I'm giving J-Mo another shot against Chicago this week. Even though Javonte, guaranteed workload, feel good about what he did, I got to go J-Mo. What about you, though?
I would probably go with the workload just because I'm so irritated with the Lions right now. So I'd probably go Javonte. So I don't know. If I were Ross, I'd probably listen to you, but I'd probably lean Javonte.
He's safer. He's certainly safer. There's no doubt about that. But something tells me J-Mo breaks a big one this week.
I crave safety right now, Wolf.
Yeah, you need something to hold on to, a little blanket.
Yeah, I need a blanket to wrap around me, one of those weighted blankets.
To cry and comfort yourself.
Yep.
I love it. Well, Wolfpack, that wraps up all the questions. It's 8 o'clock. We're getting close to kickoff, so we are going to sign off. I'll be live again 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. Would love to have you join us for an early morning coffee, questions, fantasy goodness. Let's do it. All these rankings will be live and updated at rotostreetjournal.com. Thank you again so much for tuning in with your boy here. You guys are the best. One last call for a thumbs up, a heart on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. We saw some new names there. Would love to see it. Hope you get everything you need tonight and all that week 2 W wins. Let's go, baby. Can't wait to see you on Sunday morning. In a world full of fancy sheep, be the wolf, guys. Later.